So we're going to start by undoing this bolt and this. And now what we need to remember is this clutch cable actually feeds through here. But it's better to get it fed through before, and that's how it sits. And now I'm going to proceed with this jubilee, this pipe going on, and this other pipe at the top. So what we're going to be doing is putting the radiator pipe on now, onto the water pump, and then don't forget, if it doesn't go on too great, the radiator has moved, so you can just push it a tiny bit and that'll help it. There we go, that's now lined up. Make sure you don't over tighten these. Make sure it is on it as well correctly, because you don't want it twisted or out. Once it gets tight, it's tight. Don't be twisting it really hard. So we've got this bolt here, so you're going to pull that back, and then that should line up just there. So here's the bolt, it's got a big washer on it. So now that this area here is closely done, we do actually have to put a cable tie around this bunch of pipes. I'm going to sort this out afterwards. Next off, we're going to get this clutch cable on. So to get the clutch cable on, you can just put it back into its place, like so. And then what you also need to do is you need to have a good look up here, which that's pretty bent. So you need to make sure this is still in. So you need to just make sure that this is still in its bracket, just there. And then it's basically the same operation as for when we took it out. And what I'm saying by that is, you're going to get the hammer, if you've got a hammer. You can also do it another way, which you can adjust the cable at the top and put it all the way in on your clutch cable, or you can just do this way, and I just think this way is just so much easier. You need to be careful with your cables though. So you're going to press it like so, pull your cable out as much as you can, just hook it in and let it go. So it's currently in its correct place. Now we're going to put this little flap here down. Now it's locked in. Like so. And then we're going to readjust the clutch cable now. So we're going to pull this back, and then we're going to tighten it up a few, like so. Then we're going to just check the play on the clutch cable. Now we've got no play, we just want a few mils, literally just a couple of mil, that's it. So I'm now going to take this back out a turn. I'm going to retry it up here. No. And now I've literally got a mil. So if you can see the clutch cable, that little mil there is what I like. But just that. It's up to him if he wants to adjust it a bit more there. You don't want it tight, you need that bit of play. If you have it all tight, the whole setup, your clutch is going to slip more than likely. So this is the locking nut. So I'm going to hold this with a set of pliers because I've not got two 12mm. And then that's locked off now. So we've got the clutch set up, we've got the starter motor done, we've got the neutral light done, we've wired in the engine, not fully, we've still got the lambda sensor to do, and the spark plug and the thermostat, which is on the opposite side and also above it, and the fuel injector too. So far everything's gone quite smooth. Currently I need to just assess the situation with this sprocket here, and I'm just going to put the customer's original sprocket on off the rubber engine, which is just here. So if we get this switched over now, so I'm going to lock it off. I'm also going to spray it a bit just to help the transaction, as the grease is a bit sticky. So the reason why I'm actually pulling this off now is because I'm going to set it up with a chain on already, and then I'm going to slip it back on. And I'm going to spray a bit of grease, a bit of spray on the output shaft. And then I'm going to get it to line up now. There we go, that's on. And I'm going to put a little bit of thread lock on these bolts. There we go. So now that's tight and set up, and everything else in this area is set up, I'm going to go ahead and put the chain guard on. And then we just need to make sure that these cables are in the right place. And that's right. So they're now in the right place. There we go. So this side is, I think it's all rigged up now, except for the belly pan. And then we also do have to set the tension of the chain. I'm just going to get on with that now. I don't think there's any need for me to record that. I think you should know how to do that really. And if not, I might set another video up doing that. So we haven't finished in this area because I didn't put the coolant tank on. Get some coolant in there. It's close. There we go. Sorted. So I've just put this pipe on anyway. Just goes on top of the water pump, and now I can put this back in its place. So now this is all together on this bit. The next bit we've got to do is plug the injector in. So I'll put a smidge of red rubber grease around it. And now what you want to do is make sure it's lined up just nicely, even on all sides, and then you're going to just push it in. So It needs to be nice and even, like so. It's just gone straight in, so you need to make sure it is nice and even on each side. Then you also need to get some Loctite on your bolt too. So I've got a little bit of Loctite on there. There we go. You got the cable. Can't forget about the cable. There we go. That's all sorted now. One thing I need to do is tidy up that mess. And that got tidied up pretty quickly. These microfibers are just king at absorbing stuff. So I do recommend, if you're doing jobs with oil and stuff, just use these. These are just jang. Like this, look at all this grease here. See it? There we go. Gone. Smashes Blue Roll out the park. They are a lot expensive though, bit dearer. I'm just going to quick wipe down, because he has actually bought this engine from Motorcycle Parts Hub, which is my shop. So we're going to start now with the rad pipe. This stinks of parsnips, I don't know why, but a bit of parsnip juice in there, must be. There we go, so that's on. There we go, that's tight. You don't want to overdo it, because you'll knacker the jubilee. And then we've got, see that just tucks in there, you see, like so. So that literally just tucks in, out the way, and we've got it in the most perfect position. So I must have fitted it on a right angle, because if you can see the rusty crease that's just there is lined up with the frame, so that's just right. So now I'm going to go ahead with putting the thermostat cable on. So that is the correct spark plug for the bike, CR9E. It shouldn't have a CR8E, it will misfire eventually. Trust me, I know. And I'll tell you why I know, is because when I first ever worked on one of these bikes many years ago, probably about 7 years ago, customer asked me for a full rebuild. So done a full rebuild on the bike, give it back, new plug-in, etc. Went and started it, rode 5 for 15 minutes, then it was misfiring, so I thought, oh no, something's terrible here. So I just clarified anything, all bits and bobs, so check the fuel, everything like that. And then luckily check the plug, and it was just the wrong one, fitted the new one, ran absolutely fine. The next job is to feed the lambda sensor through that hole again. It's just that. There it is. Just come through. I don't know why they only leave it with one slot to get it through. It is so difficult to get it through with one slot. And now we need to plug it in. Just trying to find. Need to make sure it's got the rubber boot in it as well, or seal. That was that clicking in, so that's done now. I'm going to pour the coolant into the radiator. Oops. And then I just squeeze the pipes. There we go. Oh, it's a bit much. So by squeezing the pipes, you're pushing the air out. And I also do this side here. There we go, a bit more there. Undo it, let it seep out for a sec. Just so that coolant's flowed into the cylinder area. So we've got nothing yet coming out. So I've just got it seeping through now. You see it dripping? And there we go. There you go. Just want it to trickle through. That would have got rid of any air. Hopefully pushed it through. And you want to nip that back up, don't overdo it, because you'll rip the thread out of it and you'll be very upset.